following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Good to see everybody, as always. Oh, excuse me. Good gravy. Suddenly got a frog in my throat. So, welcome back. We are going to talk today about limiting advertisements on Facebook, or how to limit your advertisements. Now, I want to say outright, you cannot eliminate all advertisements. It is how part of how Facebook pays its own bills and part of how it's free for us, but they are making money hand over fist. But we can actually limit them. So I'm going to talk about two particular strategies. One is a general one on the browser. That's a browser extension. Well, I'll talk about what that is. Okay. And the second is actually if you go to Facebook itself, and these would work also for Instagram, because Instagram is owned by Facebook. So these are very, very similar if you use the two different apps. Okay. So getting into this now. Here, what I did was I took a screenshot of just a typical, something. This is what Facebook looks like on the desktop, and this is part of my news feed. And as I scrolled through my news feed, I noticed this advertisement come up. Okay. There's also, advertisements over here on the right. This says gaming, and then of course there is sponsored content. There's help military families, all of Conqueror, virtual challenges. I don't know what any of this stuff is, and quite honestly, I will tell you, my eyes don't even stray over there anymore. So I had to try and get this shot several times because I wasn't pulling the screenshot over far enough because I just don't look at it. However, the ones that are here right in the news feed itself, as you scroll through and you see things from family and friends, you see things, just as they pop up. This is something that might pop up at any point in the feed. Okay. But there are also no extra ads, and I've got this written here, no extra ads, because I do have ad blocking software in the browser I use. Now, I have used all of the major browsers. So there's Chrome by Google, there is Firefox by Mozilla, there's Edge by Microsoft, there's Safari by Apple. These are your browsers. They're how you get on the internet. And each one of those has a kind of ad blocking software. Sometimes it's just called extra software. Sometimes it's called an extension. Now, when I was doing these screenshots, I was using Firefox by Mozilla. So what I did was I opened a new tab. So I kept Facebook open on one tab. I opened a new tab, and I put here, you can see, I put Firefox, that's the name of my browser. So you do any search, you can use Google, you can use DuckDuckGo, you can use any search engine. Search your browser for your browser name plus the words ad block. Okay, and you can see I put in here Firefox ad block, and it says including results for Firefox ad block, all one word. So I don't know, I use two words, whichever. And one of the results that comes up is ad block plus. I'm going to have a hard time saying ad block. I don't know why, but I will. And this happens to be, you can see this little green URL. It's an add-on to, or an extension to, Firefox. Those are perfectly normal. An extension is just a little program that runs in conjunction with the main program. So the ad block is a program that will run in conjunction. It will run with Firefox. It will run with Chrome if you use Chrome. It'll work with Safari if that's what you use. They all do that. If you click the link, and you simply follow the instructions to download or install the extension. There'll be step-by-step instructions on the screen. And as you see here, let me scroll a little. When you are successful, you'll see this. This is a little stop sign. You'll see this or something similar in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Now, it may be a little puzzle piece. It might be something. It's just kind of a red stop sign, okay? Because that's pretty much Universal's color for stop is red. And this, using an ad block software, they're generally free. They're unobtrusive. They don't have all these flashing advertisements. The ad blocks don't generally add in brand new toolbars onto your browser. They're very unobtrusive. They just run and they block the ads. As a matter of fact, it's easy to forget that you have it running. But any ad block software is pretty much the best way to block most unwanted ads. Now, one thing you may notice too, when you're running an ad block software, some websites will actually come and it'll pop up and it'll say, we've detected you're using ad block, please, what they call whitelist us. And you can actually go ahead and follow the instructions that they have for simply pausing the ad blocker if you really want to see the content. So if you really want to see the content on those particular sites and you'll see the pop-up come up, then they'll force you to pause your ad blocker. That's fine. So that's general ad blocking software. Let's go back specifically to Facebook and this particular advertisement here, okay? And this one happens to be from a website called 22 Words, not a big deal. 37 beauty products that seriously deliver. I could probably use that, but hey, you know, no big deal. This is very typical. It is an ad you would see in your news feed. And again, you cannot block all of the ads that are on the internet or on Facebook in particular. However, what you can do is when you look at the ad itself, there's three little dots called an ellipsis in the upper right-hand corner of the ad. So you can see it here. I put in a close-up, and if we look here, they're right up here in the ad. If you click or tap those three dots, you'll get this little drop-down menu. If you choose to hide the ad, it will simply make the ad disappear, and you just won't see it. If you make it an undo option, they might, if you hide the ad, it will ask you why you're hiding the ad. I usually only end up hiding ads because they're very repetitive, so that may give you a little choice. You could say, you know, it's not relevant, it's not good, or it's just repetitive. I almost always just pick repetitive. So that's hide ad. If you wanted to go down one and you wanted to say report the ad, now I did this on this ad just to show you, and now I can't find 22 Words again. It completely disappeared even though I didn't. So wow, okay, so it disappeared. But if you click report the ad, you'll get another set of choices and it'll say help us understand what's happening with this ad. How would you describe it? And you can get the different descriptions, including an other description at the bottom. Choose what you want and go ahead and report the ad. I can tell you this personally, I have never clicked report an ad until this video. I usually just hide the ads, and when they ask for a reason why I'm hiding it, I just say it's repetitive and leave it at that. But you can report it. So if it's something that is really, you find it to be very offensive, you think it's misleading or a scam, it's completely inappropriate, you can do that too, okay? And there are some things that are like, ugh, okay? So you choose an option, tell them why, and then they take that report. One of the things that happened was once I had clicked that report, then the whole thing disappeared out of my newsfeed. So I had to scroll through another one, find a different ad, click the three dots, and I wanted to show you this little thing where it says, why am I seeing this ad? So I found another one. They're all over. Like I said, you can't get rid of them entirely. But if you do choose, say, why am I seeing this ad, if you're curious, that will come up, Facebook will come up with this little explanation, this little pop-up explanation why you're seeing it. It tells you only you can see this information, and you're seeing this ad because your information, that is now, your information can include information from your Facebook profile. Your information also includes things like the reactions you've done, the comments you've made, and the things you've shared on your timeline. Okay, so apparently my information matches Weirdly Interesting's advertisement requests. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but apparently we're good for Weirdly Interesting. I guess that's fine. I'll take it as a compliment. So there are more factors that are not listed here. So you can see that Weirdly Interesting is trying to reach people on Facebook, 18 and older, primary location. You can still here hide the ads from the advertisers, or you can make changes to your ad preferences. Again, even if you go to make changes to your ad preferences, you can't get rid of them entirely. That's it. So again, to do the too long didn't read, if I run into an ad, I just, on Facebook, I go to hide ad and I say it's repetitive. Pretty simple overall. Okay. So this video was suggested by someone out in Lockport. Hi, Lockport. So if you had any other questions, or if you had suggestions, I'd be happy to go over it. Sorry it took me so long. I'm running a backlog, but we're doing okay. So I hope you found this good and interesting, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.